There it is. There we go. There we go. Now I'm testing something out real quick. Now, if I'm right, excuse me. Can y'all say something for me? Why is this? Why is? Hmm. Or something. I know. All right, try now. Okay. Yes, that buddy. I can see it. Whenever I don't get input from you guys in my stream or on through OBS, it pops up as such. Well, it doesn't pop up as such, I should say. Okay. All right. Speak.
I speak.
Hello?
There we go. It
Hmm.
was receiving audio from the wrong. Little hiccup. Nothing unusual. Which is okay. Yes, Twilight, they're not in the abyss anymore, dear. You don't have to act so surprised.
Yeah, no, we exist.
So, could have fooled me. Gosh, so offensive. So angry, so frustrated. Mm. So I'm doing something a little unique tonight with with my microphones. So I have my normal mic that I use on Discord running just for Discord. And I've got one for my stream on my boom arm just in front of my face. Which should be receiving audio. The boom arm mic is the one with the voice mod stuff on it. So we shall see how this plays out. Because of this, at least this way, if y'all have the stream muted for whatever reason, you know, you guys can still hear me.
Right.
So if there's an echo, that's probably why. But I'm really close to finishing everything else. I think what's left to do is just splice some sound files. And actually, where's my to-do list? Splice some sound files and reach affiliate. Once I reach affiliate, I can do some more things. Stuff like syncing Twitch and Discord for moderators and stuff like that. Doing bits.
Really?
Doing bits. And once all that's done, outside of the intro vid, which we're going to be recording with Cade on either tomorrow or Tuesday, and coordinating Twitch chat with my loop deck, I'm pretty much done. Because outside of the monitors and maybe a new webcam, I'm in really good shape. Another thing I might need to do eventually is when StreamFX plugin reaches its full development cycle, I'll be able to do replays again. But that's not important right now.
Right.
And then I can start working on getting Foundry running in my spare time instead of working on all this. I'll be uploading raw video footage from Twitch to YouTube directly too. So that's going to be fun. I think I have Discord set up to automatically, whenever one of these videos is uploaded, to automatically ping us too. So,
Ooh,
getting close.
It's great. We can go back and listen to our voices and listen to whatever insanity we decided to spiel while recording.
One thing I'm gonna do, Cade, is I'm going to try to find a good way of easily sending you files. And I think what I can do is I can allow you permission to upload and edit stuff on my YouTube channel. Which so if I just send you the file, you don't have to send me another file back. You just upload it once you're
Okay.
done editing. And something else that's really going to be really cool is we can take those replays that I record or whatever scenes you find while you're editing, and we can quickly and really easily make using a website like TikTok videos in like
Ooh.
minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'll send that information your way too. And I'm going to try and learning some video editing skills myself so that you don't have to do all the work do all the work. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
But that's super exciting, and that alone.
Right.
Yes, it is Twilight. It is absolutely. For those of you who are wondering where Twilight is, she's currently in our chat room, and she's got the sicky. She's got the plague.
Always be aware.
The plague,
The
yes,
victims
the
are everywhere.
plague. The icky. The disgusting.
The claw.
The bad
Better
juju.
than everything else. God knows. Freaking. Mm. I'm just glad I don't have to work tomorrow. Either way, I gotta call work anyway.
Mm-hmm. But so much just coming up and to be excited for. So happy. Making good progress on this as a whole.
We'll be excited when there's more than 3 people watching.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we gotta get started somewhere.
This is true.
And as soon as those intro videos are started, I think we'll um Twilight and a couple of the other servers said they'd be more than happy to promote our channel. So
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe small, we may be, Twitch affiliate for a while. But, assuming we get there. But for the most part, that's okay. We're set up, we're ready. And once we're set up and ready, all we gotta do is focus on just doing our thing.
I think the fact that you had to stop for a hot minute, get everything set up, probably didn't help much either.
No. But
It's just a preview of what's to come.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But good thing too, if you really sit down to think about it, is the fact that I'm taking this time now to get ready.
Means you don't have to take it later.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. And the only thing that would end up happening later is once I get new equipment in, I don't have to worry about spending this much time upgrading because, like I said, just plug it and play. And as long as the initial setup is ready to go, there's no need to worry.
How the heck did Games Workshop get hold of Lord of the Rings?
Say what now?
Games Workshop is making a Choose to Save or Conquer Middle Earth.
Oh, fun.
Hmm.
They're doing a thing. Because more information dropped today of the leaks of O10. Those who will be watching probably on YouTube. I am a massive Warhammer nerd. Hence my name, Cade, short for Cadian Commissar.
See,
My video will be at some point in the future. We'll be doing an
Yes.
apocalypse thing.
yes, that's part of the intro videos I mentioned earlier. Is I'm going to record some gameplay of one of my most beloved game series, and I'm going to kind of talk more about individually about kind of what my channel's about. And then as soon as I release that one, we're going to work on editing a kind of a introductory video of our more active members. Not some honorable mentions for those that aren't so active. So y'all have a kind of a decent understanding who we are, what we're like, and what we're about.
Yeah, who will be in each video and
Mhm.
what our general thought process is, and can expect things like Doggo having a toaster moment, Nonsense doing his own thing and going brain dead, and me just going into Warhammer lore.
You don't have to say it like that now.
I was about to say.
Am I wrong?
No, but
No, but.
Your argument is invalid.
Look, mister.
The reason why it's taking so long for us to release our intro videos is because our close friend of ours, Jiggy, is taking a lot of time and a lot of energy out of his very busy schedule to draw us custom artwork. And let me tell you,
my Chibi Cthulhu.
it
That's-
is really
Really
good stuff.
good.
and that's
Oh
going to be
yeah,
one of the things that we're going to feature in our release videos.
so as I get better with editing, I promise this: there will be times where I will make editing artworks that will be just the highlights of one of our streams with just our pictures popping up to be next to whatever we've said during that moment. That's going to be hard with how quickly we talk, but we'll get better as we stream more.
I love how as soon as Cade was mid-sentence about that, Spotify started playing Duel of the Fates.
Well, yeah, I'm the editor for you. At least for
Spotify
now.
knows, man.
Also, for those who are curious, I have changed my opening scene, as you see here, to have a music icon of what I like to listen to in the background. Reason why you can't hear it is because
We
Twitch
didn't
and
wish to be
YouTube
sued.
Yeah, I
are
was
very,
about to say.
very nitpicky.
I
No
want to
soupies.
say, now I don't know if they changed it, but I want to say Twitch at least used to be a little bit more lenient.
They used to be a little more lenient.
I'm guessing they upped their
Yeah, they had to up their ante.
Well, we're also
But
dealing with big man Disney.
yeah, but at the end of the
This is
day, what mattered more to me was the fact that y'all can at least see what I like to listen to in my spare time, more so than, you know. So if you have a question about what's playing or why it's there, because I've got some really strange ones in my playlist.
cows with guns.
Look, it has cow puns in it, okay? I couldn't help
Mhm.
myself. The fact it was catchy just made it better. Look, you're part of the ship and part of the crew, Twilight. You can't say jack diddly.
Unfortunately, he's not wrong. You can say. It doesn't make you right.
So, is that so?
Is that so?
Should I bring up several examples of when you may be right, but you're still wrong? uh, but I mean, feel free. I'm not ashamed of mine. Yours Twilight can get kind of badumps. But I guess at the end of the day, what's important is that, like we said earlier, is that the quality we bring in now is important. As y'all see on my intro screen, we have my YouTube channel there. When I get enough viewers or subscribers or something like that, I can't remember exactly, I'll be able to have a custom YouTube link, which I'll share there if we ever get that far. And my Twitter is there as well. I use Twitter for the most part as a way to announce quick updates of what's going on. I might post my TikTok videos and stuff there or something like that. Maybe even maybe some YouTube videos. I don't know yet. But I want to use my Twitter as a just kind of a what's kind of a update and kind of what's going on outside of these um weekly little um 30-minute kind of chill out sessions before we officially start at 10 o'clock. Because I've been thinking about it, and I really like these 30 minutes because it allows us just kind of to vibe before we start. Allows people to pop in whenever they're ready to pop in, um, and stuff like that. Gives Cade plenty of editing room. Um, yeah, gives me a chance to update y'all what's going on and just kind of just sit here and relax. Actually, what I might do for y'all is I might get y'all linked to my Spotify playlist. So while we sit here and relax, we can play that in the background. Hell, I could actually bring it up on BardBot and listen there, but I'd have to make sure that BardBot is muted on my end, which just kind of defeat the point. So we'll figure something
I
out.
was about to say that defeats the point.
Oh, hush, Alyssa. My musical taste ain't that scary. Honestly, a good solid 50 of it is power metal and classic rock. So it's not that scary.
No.
The other 50 of it, it's a toss up between pop, the weird ones, and a little bit of rap actually. Oh, it's okay, Twilight. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because I'll just get you later.
I mean, we can also just keep posting my classic rock fix
This is true.
playlist.
Another thing that I like to listen to is a little bit of country. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I listen to a very, very, very tiny one. Oh yeah, no. One of the things I want to do is subscribe to his playlist and see what I like out of it that I don't already have in mine. And I do plan on separating my playlist out of the, several thousand songs I have in the one that may or may not have a problem.
Do that. I gotta add some more stuff to it because I think I'm just making it my playlist altogether. Throwing in some new stuff I'm listening to, some folk and all that. I've been getting into Poor Man's Poison. They're good.
Really? Okay.
I've enjoyed a few of their songs. Poor Man's Poison's not bad. At the very least, listen to Hell's Coming With Me.
Ooh. But something else I've been planning on doing too is splicing some of my current overlay audio. I bought from Nerd or Die, I bought a really, really nice little like AI mix. AI mix. So like it'll have like a voiceover that I can splice to what my current audio is. Like it'll say, oh, subscription or follower. And there's one where there's a raid is probably my favorite where we're getting raided and like these like huge heavy bulky like space cannons pop out in preparation for the incoming raid, which was just so right up my alley. It was overtly violent, but it was like right up my alley. Eventually when y'all hear it, I might share it somehow or something on stream when I get the chance, but it's spicy. I love it.
Really is up your.
Something that occurred that's y'all probably wondering. So, Nonsense Night, right? And I've got an old-fashioned looking knight's armor dressed up as a rubber chicken, which hence the nonsense. But like, why is my whole overlay system kind of futuristic? Which I thought about myself. But the idea I came up with for me, or the thought process for me was there's look at Star Wars, look at the Clone Wars, their stuff is simplistic, effective, and just really, really cool looking. But then you go into the Empire where things get super blocky and stuff like that. And I kind of chalk it up to liking the elegance and kind of you know, our look at our soldiers. Our soldiers have this super high tech ceramic body armor and all these fancy gizmos and gadgets. And you go back to like the Middle Ages and you get this cool looking knight in shiny armor. You know, your paladins and your just soldiers, your knights. And it's like those are so ineffective, but at the same time look so cool. I mean, the Mandalorians are another perfect example here too. That they use armor that was passed down through their families, and they still wear that armor. Oh,
What's up?
we're starting to stream. Let's go.
Here, I thought you chose it because it wasn't supposed to make sense.
I mean, we're getting there.
I mean, most of his stuff is nonsense.
So to finish kind of my thought before we officially start, um, so I guess I like the elegance and kind of the old armor designs. But I feel like even though things look old, they can still be processed in a way that it's modern. And that's kind of I like the very futuristic, sleek designs. I really do. It's arguably some of my favorite designs and in video games is that modern, sleek, futuristic design. Anyway, that's just kind of what I thought. Anyway,
And yet it still harkens back to a more civilized era.
yeah, perfect example there. Thank you for that wonderful quote.
No problem.
But so I got something incredibly, incredibly special for all of you. I
Okay.
mentioned earlier that one of my favorite game series I was going to stream for my video. And the reason why I took some time away from streaming for a while was to make sure I get the right equipment come in for this. And I am super excited to have finally bought myself a Elgato oh dear.
Your card.
Capture card, thank you. And I bought that so I can stream stuff off of my PlayStation 3. Yes, I know, ancient, just like me. But this is fine. um
You okay with the events that are currently unfolding?
as the prophecy foretold. And as you see here, if I can remember how to do this.
All right, let's get ready for some My Little Pony.
Okay, look. Kate, you and me about to fight. All right.
We both know you'd lose.
Hey, I never said I would win that fight. Now, did I? I just said I would fight you. All right. Come on, work with me, please.
No.
No, that's not a windowed projector. Discord? Discord? Discord. Thank you, Discord. Thank you kindly. Okay. Look. I'm not gonna lie. Hannah Montana was the stuff back in my day, okay? I'm not ashamed. I watched a little bit of it when nothing else was on. But I did watch it, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, OBS, you and me about to fight. Let's do this. differently.
Yes.
Okay. As you see here,
We don't see. Now we see.
There it is.
I can and I will, Twilight. I can and I will. And I find that coming from funny from you, concerned you want to fight everything.
Everything.
It could be me, it could be Doggo, it could be the tree next
Yes.
door,
Ooh.
it could be the
It will
poor
never be
puppy down
me.
the street. You would fight it just to prove a point,
Be the dog in the house.
right?
She won't pick a fight with me for some reason.
I don't know
She
why
picked
the
a fight with
tree.
everybody else.
You know why she doesn't pick a fight with you, kid? Because you're kind of scary.
Scary. Oh, really?
All right. Now, I want you all to know that I love this series so much. I've played all of these games at least 5 times. At least. This one, probably 40 to 50. This one, maybe 30. 10, 20, maybe. You know, again, it's one of those things that I pick up and you know, drop as I enjoy myself. And, you know, some of them, I prefer the old school series versus the new ones. Oh, this one's just as easily 40, 52.
It's me with the Persona series or any Warhammer game.
Fun fact. Doggo and I play the multiplayer, the local multiplayer in this one. And I think at the end of the day, we traumatized each other.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where he gave up trying to kill me conventionally.
Wait, did you guys do this while I was in classes at the campus? Because I remember walking up to you two playing this.
Yes.
I believe so. Yeah, no, It
I think I
was so
contributed to some of
funny
that trauma.
because his experience was obviously really good, but then I was just ungodly scrappy with whatever I managed to put my hands on at any given time.
So he basically devolved into running me over. He would charge down the road, run me over. Sometimes he'd die going into the puddle. Sometimes he wouldn't. The times he didn't, I got a good shot off and killed him. And he just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And honestly, I was mildly perturbed.
That's the thing we've learned from Doggo when it comes to multiplayer games. He finds what works, and that's all it takes.
Like,
Doesn't have to be effective, doesn't have to be efficient, as long as it works.
If it ain't broke, don't
fix it. Now,
That's all I'm gonna say.
future series I enjoy.
Now that's a wonderful statement. If you can figure out if that it was broke.
The future series I enjoyed, but I didn't like it as much as the original. Now, Doggo arguably knows how I go in these games. So here's my question for you, Doggo.
Yes.
Should we start from the beginning? Should I go for my favorite? Or favorites, I should say. Or should I do what the hell I want?
I honestly, since this is kind of just us getting a refresher from the long span of Deponia, not really a serious stream, I think you just do what you want.
Doing what? Okay.
Hey,
For those who are
What the
curious,
stream says you're doing.
true. For those who are curious, I do plan on doing a full stream of this series. Oddly enough, uh, this series does not have a lot of people who have played it on YouTube. Like, there's people who do tutorials and stuff like that. But for the most part, I don't see a significant portion of people playing the series. And I am very happy. I can consider myself one of the very few. But this arguably is probably the most classic of the three. This one took two and blew it out of the water as far as the game. It's very rare I find a game series that gets better as it moves forward. Very rare. And don't get me wrong, we got stuff like Gears of War, Borderlands, stuff like that. But eventually they do kind of hit a slump. Ratchet and Clank did too. But
Yeah, at the end of its series run.
it did kind of hit a slight slump. The last game they released, I was incredibly pleased with. Because what they ended up doing is they focused more on story than they did gameplay. Which, considering the story is phenomenal in the feature series. But because of the phenomenal story, they took a hit in normal gameplay. It wasn't as fun and unique and kind of OP as their old series were. They changed that are we having issues again? Gosh darn it.
Also, to be fair, 9 times out of 10, typically, if the game doesn't figure it out the first time, the second game is usually when they hit their peak, I've noticed, because...
Conversation's gonna get cut if I do that.
But as I was saying, it hits its slump story-wise, but it picks itself up at the very end of the series' most recent game. Now, for those of you who are not aware, the developers for this game series have released two wonderfully beloved games as of recently. The developer of this game is called Insomniac, which should sound familiar because they made Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, which from this series to that was like a big boon for the studio. Spider-Man was their first AAA game.
My Blargian Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing? Check and mate. What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns.
The entire Ratchet and
Ooh,
Clank
it
series.
is on again.
And then the most recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Sunset Overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
And we start this with the stupidest game of chess I have ever seen.
But will you lose as gracefully as you win?
That makes
I
no
would
sense,
not know.
and for some reason you also have to
Maximilian.
consider
I never lose.
real life
There
creature
is a
biology.
first time for everything. Agent Clank!
I also love that Clank has just become a movie star between the second and third game.
Yes, it's quite amusing to me. Well, it actually gave Clank a lot of relevance besides
It's
what.
relevant ever since the first one.
I mean, I get-
his own little vibe.
Like he was relevant, but adding
Bring
this
the car
in
around,
gave him
Jeeves.
significantly more
Seat this time.
This is true.
because initially
Stay
he was
tuned
just
for
kind of
more
he was
Secret
doing
Agent
this out of
That was
need
terrific.
to find a
Yeah,
way to
great.
stop the villain
Change
of the
the
first
channel.
game.
But the man said to stay tuned.
But in
Well, no, didn't he start this
We
in the second
continue our
game?
live coverage
Second.
from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked
I
without
thought he
warning
started this in
by a
Going
terrifying
Commando.
alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials
No,
believe that an
I
evil
don't
robotic
believe so,
supervillain
'cause
known
Going
as
Commando,
Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the
Ratchet
Tyrannoid
went
attack.
through his
As you can see,
well,
the Galactic Rangers are putting
commando
up a
training,
valiant fight, but they are no
and
match for
Clank
these
was just
tentacle-eyed
kind of there
terrors.
again. They
Indeed,
brought in the
this
mini
backwater
games
planet
for
may be
Clank
completely
in Going
destroyed in a matter
Commando,
of hours.
Um,
Garlic Ranch, Channel 64
and they
News.
The first game was just dealing with Chairman Drek.
yes,
Going
Or-
home.
There wasn't anything about that.
But Veldin
No,
is in a salon
but in the
at
second game they
Galaxy.
bring in some of the little mini games
Oh
involved.
no, not the
mini games, but
gravimetric warp
puzzles.
drive.
Well, no, in
The
the first one they
untested
had the
gravimetric warp drive.
Gadgetbot puzzles,
The
but they
one
really
you built
hit their
from
heyday
Guardian scrap
in
metal.
2.
Coming. We are doomed.
Because of the variety of Gadgetbots they had.
You were
3
saying?
reverted
I
back a
stand
little bit,
corrected. I just
and
hope
then
too late.
Gadgetbots for the most part weren't really heavily covered. But Clank, Clank gets more associated with him when she hits the feature series.
Well,
Really,
he also has his own spin-off series.
that's true.
Secret Agent Clank is
Secret Agent Clank, which
Yes.
actually is not bad.
it's actually pretty good.
Greetings, client
It's like the Dexter game, it's
91802,
not
and
bad.
welcome back to the Solana Galaxy.
It's its own little thing.
All right, I need to. There we go.
You should have no weapons.
Oh, God. I don't want it.
Felt
I don't
like
want it.
started to drag
You want
on
it?
a little bit more.
There we go.
He got locked into freaking.
Like I can do
These
it.
must be the Galactic Rangers.
I can,
It's a new sergeant.
Huh?
but
No, you can't.
it's not my favorite.
There's too many of them. We're all gonna die.
Also, these
I think I do love that for all of the main series, they do kind of keep in line of like what they've gone through. So Ratchet is a commando. So they the Galactic Space Rangers treat him like he's a commando, like he's special forces.
Well, see, at the same time, they were kind of waiting for the general.
Am I glad to see you, Sergeant? We're pinned down by that enemy vehicle.
They were, but they treat him as both. And it
Let me
makes
guess,
sense that he's
that
like, you're the
somebody
general now,
is
sir.
me.
You gotta volunteer.
You're the highest ranking person
Take
here.
this. We'll cover you.
Well, it's not even he. As far as they're aware,
Try using the
he
nitro
didn't
launcher
exist
against that
in this
vehicle.
galaxy. Well, he existed in this galaxy. He basically warred in from another
To select weapons, hold
from
triangle
another
and select
galaxy.
an icon
He
with
had
the
to use a
left
hyperdrive,
analog stick.
and outside of that time frame, he was not here for like years. And so I find it amusing that they see him like blow up one of these aliens. We'll find out what they are later. And they're just like, oh, he's clearly qualified.
Oh, is this supposed to be one of the galaxies that had like Lombaxes and they know what the Lombaxes are?
Okay, so this galaxy knows what a Lombax is. But that comes in later. That comes in later when you start touching on the future series, because they kind of, as far as everybody knows, Ratchet's and Angela, which Angela's in a funny position. She's both a Lombax, but also she was kind of glanced over. I don't recall her being a half-breed. She was just kind of there in a separate galaxy.
Existed, and then I don't remember the game ever really bringing her up again.
No.
Well, I think it's because it's one of those things where they didn't know really what to do with the Lombax stuff until the future series.
Yeah.
They started honestly using it, and when it makes no sense for that character, so we delete her from time to time.
Well, to be fair, it also made it
exist because it makes no sense to keep her around.
What also didn't hurt that she was from a separate galaxy entirely.
Oh, the ribbon thing.
No. Not separate reality, separate galaxy.
I haven't played the latest one.
Okay, so first one takes place in this galaxy that we're in now.
No. I know.
Oh, okay. So it was easy to kind of, pass her over, because, once she kind of left, she kind of stayed.
Me to you, audience, this is kind of what the outskirts of my Warhammer rants are like.
Okay, look, bugger off.
Bugger off.
But,
Bugger off, 10-second dead air.
Well, you interrupted me. What am I supposed to do?
There's no video. I'm just gonna turn the video off for 10 seconds.
What's the situation?
The noise of all back to a base in F6.
Freeze time. Just be 10 seconds. Just
Take him out F6.
10 seconds
Second
later.
over.
We're gonna end up as scrap metal.
Get back in there, trooper.
Looks like why'd you
We've
stop
got a
talking?
planet to save.
Threw off my groove.
But like I said, she was kind of.
I wish I could pull that because that's freaking copyrighted at Disney.
But
That's
she was kind of passed over, and I mean they had every right and ability to do so. Then they hit.
I'm afraid of heights.
They hit
The future series.
future series, where they start really going into
How to really do it.
kind of hit the reason why Lombax is kind of left, and really going into the nitty gritty of how that kind of
Well, it was
happened.
because it was by the future series where everyone was kind of like, "Hey, we see all these different races. Why do we never see a Lombax?
Yeah.
Like we're told what Ratchet is, we never see another one of the species." And people started asking questions. The future series is like, "Yeah, the reason you don't see people as any of the species is he's literally the last of the Lombaxes."
No.
And all these super powerful, like, doomsday weapons we see people building up and repairing are Lombax design.
So, it was really
At least in the future series.
yeah. And they kind of go into how Ratchet feels about his family, and really goes into detail about that, which is why, in my honest opinion, it put less focus on gameplay, because that was the amount of narrative that it took to kind of get that right. You could tell it was a lot, which I'm grateful for, because it added a significantly major plot point outside of, oh, we're just saving the galaxy. Which nothing
Because the
wrong with
future
that.
series really like reset Ratchet's character a little bit with this new information.
It,
He kind of went with this character who had actually grown, still kind of this hotshot kind of guy who could go off of a handle on occasion, but the future series kind of brought back this sort of insecurity he hadn't seen since the first game.
well, I also want to say too is that at the time it didn't really matter. Ratchet was just a simple mechanic on his planet, and as far as he was aware, he was just different. It didn't seem like it really bothered him, or it didn't seem like it was all that super important. And
Yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those things where it doesn't matter initially until, you know, you find out, oh no, the race you're a part of is like the super savior warrior race galaxy.
And like you said, that was really when
That's when it became,
mhm,
why the hell am I here on this planet then?
mhm. And it really added a significant portion to his backstory that didn't realize that
Greetings, sir. We're here
the
to help.
series needed until it happened.
you brought your chauffeur along.
What?
And then
Hold on a second.
they were leading up to it,
Must stop Dr. Nefarious.
and then it just kind of dropped.
One man has ever faced
And
to
I want to
survive.
say when it
Not just
dropped,
received a top secret
that was when they
report
started
from
working
Man's
on the Spider-Man series. And as soon as they were done with
Tonight's
this,
episode
oh,
of
this is one of my
Nature's
favorites.
Mysteries, we examine the Florana tree beast. Deep in the dense growth of Florana's Jambu Forest lives a mysterious creature. Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of nature's mysteries.
I've seen him run
Yeah,
right
since there's
through
still
our
shots of the
camping
entire
site.
level
He
when we
was
go
buck
through.
Naked,
They
screaming,
did that change.
holding up banana.
Or maybe it
You
wasn't a
want a
banana.
banana.
It could
One
be.
of nature's mysteries. Legend tells that this mysterious creature is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever lived. Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of nature's
He's going
mysteries.
to stare at him and go,
To
we know
him
who
and
you are.
find out the answers.
The monkeys do.
We need you to find this man. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Are you sure this is the guy you're looking for, Mr. President? Yeah, he seems like kind of a, wacko.
You may be right, but he's the best
But,
chance we've got. I know you boys won't let me
you know,
down.
You can count on us.
then they picked it up again, and they added more to it when they released Rift Apart. When I heard about Rift Apart, I lost my marbles because it just felt like they just gave up on the project, which was like for Insomniac, for them to stick to this series this long and just end it with what was the one before Rift Apart? Into the Nexus, I want to say. It was just kind of like
I thought it was the remake of the original, wasn't it?
Rift.
Remake of the original was before Rift Apart, and then we got Rift Apart, which kind of was an ending for the series.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's perfectly fine. They can
Your
do an
controller
ending.
can
The
be
series has been
configured
going
with
on long enough,
multiple
and
button
I
maps,
honestly have to
including a
applaud
map that
Insomniac
places
for
the
doing.
fire command on R1.
We've done enough of
To
the
change
series,
to a
we've kind of
different button map,
saturated it.
press
There's not
start,
a lot more
then
we
enter
can
the
cover
options
without,
menu and select controls.
breaking our entire dynamic.
And so what they ended up deciding, because of that,
Crate multiplies all bolts and
was they
exterior
decided
scenes
to
for a
try.
limited
I
time.
think they're gonna try and release another trilogy. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna finish off the series, hopefully, with leading to after the events of Rift Apart. Because that's when Ratchet and that's when Clank finished building the item that they needed to fix, no, to teleport between dimensions. And if I want to say Clank
Your weapon
had
has upgraded.
isolated
Weapons upgrade automatically
or
when
gained
they're
the
used.
ability to
Hold
isolate
circle to charge up the shock blaster for a more powerful attack.
I mean, the issue with Rift Apart, and this is an issue I've always seen in these games, is you see this stuff of they have to kind of do certain things to maintain this idea. And A trilogy after Rift Apart is going to be interesting because it's probably going to be just them dealing with stuff as they're looking for the Lombaxes.
Well, I want to say Rift Apart is a part of the trilogy because they from my perspective anyway, when they did Rift Apart and added multi-dimensional beings, they
To perform a high jump,
they
R2 and
kind
press
of
X.
by adding dimensions and adding alternate
To perform a long jump, run
versions
and
of
press
themselves,
R2 and X
they
at the
kind
same
of
time.
save themselves from a creative slump because now they don't have to stick with what they've already established in the universe. They can quite literally do whatever the hell they want. Which
Or
they,
have another universe to explore narratively.
You can
Which
climb
they
a
did,
ladder by
and then
jumping
they're going to give us
onto it
more
and pressing
different
X
variants of
until you
various
reach
and
the
all of
top.
them.
so that's something they could do if they wanted to. See if I remember right. Oh. Piece of candy. Oh, well, that works too.
Piece of candy?
I'm trying to refrain from using specific verbiage, Zach. Okay. It was the first thing that came to my brain.
Piece of candy.
Yes, okay.
Considering how often I've heard you go Sugarfoot. No weirder.
Careful of the box, Phil. The box!
Not that box.
Not that box, your other box.
Okay, I don't think that's... I could have sworn.
There's a box with a stick. You can't get in the way. Invisible wall.
Was it the other building? It might have been the other building.
And we've lost him to exploration, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, he'll
Ah, yeah, it's the other building. Okay.
Okay. He's back.
And we're off.
He will not activate the vendor to rebuy the new gun since he has the money for it.
Look, I'm a veteran. I don't need that shit.
This is a Ratchet & Clank game, yes you do.
Not when I got that.
Veteran, the amount of damage you've taken.
Okay, look. I'm relaxing. And the fact that I can dodge missiles that shouldn't be able to be dodged.
Inferno mode. Your armor and
Come
wrench
at me.
attack have been greatly increased for a limited time.
No.
But, you know,
To jump
as much
between
as I would
walls,
like more
jump,
of this
then
series,
press X in midair while next
outside
to a
of
wall.
maybe a new potential trilogy, I also am aware that the series is starting to show its age. And I think after finishing this trilogy and hopefully coming to a final conclusion about Ratchet's familial history, there it is.
We learned they're all dead and have been dead for years.
Jeez. Righteous.
For God's sakes. This game is one of those series where it's like, they're putting so much emphasis on the family, and it's like, they were so this is, Ratchet was like a baby when that happened. They left. Ratchet's now a full-grown adult. We don't know how old Lombaxes live.
Well, funnily enough, in the future series, they meet one of them who was left behind
Oh, no,
outside
I
of just
remember
Ratchet,
I
and he
remember him.
wasn't.
He's pretty old.
He was maybe 40, 50. He was young enough to be fit. And, you know...
Wasn't he also probably younger than Ratchet's dad, though? Of when they left.
I don't
given what they're going to try and do as a family-friendly series,
I don't
say
think
the
so.
title being your arsenal.
I mean, yeah, but I want to say no. I want to say Ratchet's
Ratchet,
dad
you have
supposedly
Where? Behind you.
died.
Where? Behind you.
We don't know anymore.
Having a good time?
You trespass on
On sacred ground.
Now you walk path of death.
But, sir,
Path of death.
That look. I love that look.
Looking at him, you can just see, and it's like, hi, Quark. It's like, good to see you again, buddy.
I love the fact that Gordon's like, hey, computer's idle.
Oh, you can see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Does it bother you?
Just on Discord, though, it looks like.
There we go.
Wait, did you not buy the flame whip?
Nope.
Really? I
Yeah.
like it. It's nice.
I mean, it's a fun weapon, but early game you need to pinch your pennies. You really do.
No.
Because
Just as soon as you can.
the series will force you to, will give you a lot of options. And while those options are great, well, there goes my skill point. Ow.
What was the skill point?
So if you manage to get through this without getting touched,
Bonk.
you can actually get a skill point.
Bonk.
I've actually done an accident a couple times.
Oh, I've done it a few times. It's not hard. A lot of it's just timing.
Yeah.
I love the fact that as soon as you got hit, you said fuck it.
Yeah, no. Ow. Alright, let's go 8-man.
Not be.
Okay, we walked your path of death. Now, tell us what you know about Dr. Nefarious.
Huh?
Dr. Nefarious! They say you're the only man to ever beat him.
Huh?
This guy's even dumber than...
Captain Quark?
Yeah, Captain Quoof! That's
For those who don't know, they have a history.
You've had this coming for a long time.
I love this doctor. It's gonna be nuts.
Ow.
Take a boomerang. Each Quark the power of the night. Or you cannot become. The Nitro.
So, Quark
Hey, look,
has
it's Twilight.
completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on. He thinks you are his new leader.
Great.
That small monkey is Doggo. You heard me, Twilight. Is there a problem?
This is Captain Sasha of the Starship Phoenix. The President has asked me to assist you.
Hi.
I see you have located Captain Quark.
Don't you mean there's going to be a lot of grunting and ooh-ahs and a lot of me confused?
Of course. Bring him to the Phoenix and we'll see what we can do. Sasha out.
I wonder what will respond. Hey, yes, ma'am. Look, in my defense, 8 together strong, okay?
Strong.
Look at that, Clank. This ship is amazing.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet. She's equipped with the latest technology. Holodeck training suites, auto vendors for armor and weapons, virtual firing range, starfighter upgrade system, even a Gadgetron VG9000 game system.
A VG9000?
Of course. With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you've obviously had an exhausting trip. Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark, so he won't get in your way. Come meet me on the bridge when you're ready.
To view the world map, press Select or R3.
You know, I never realized that was his facial hair. I always thought that was just an elongated chin.
You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu.
Huh. The more you know. So you don't give flying rats booty?
This.
Well, that's kind of cool, cause oh yeah. So fun fact, because the trilogy is connected, if you play the first game and you beat the first game or get up to the final boss, you can actually get some weapons for free or on sale. Well, to be honest, Twilight, I'm kind of glad you don't, because they don't exist to begin with.
This is
If you
our
did, I'd be
onboard
concerned.
Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase. Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here.
So, fun fact, and in every game, not sure about the future series, up to this one, each game had a way to access something called the Insomniac Museum, either by collecting things, or if you knew specifically how to get access to it early, you can manipulate it and get in. And what the Insomniac Museum is basically a whole development cycle of the game in an interactable manner. And it's really cool and really neat.
This is the Phoenix VR deck.
And
Here you can train in combat simulations or practice using
when I
new
start
gadgets.
streaming the series, that's something I'm going to explore with you for every game. Each game is going to require, outside maybe the first one, arguably 2 playthroughs to unlock everything. So I'll let y'all kind of figure out what you want to do about it.
So our first playthrough is going to be really nice. Then our second playthrough is just going to be us doing our own thing. Kind of bored. Going over whenever we can.
So I'll see what I can do about finding a way to make, second playthrough really interesting. But for the most part, you can actually get through the game series relatively quickly. if you know what you're doing.
Man, none of these games are long. At most, if you're doing it, I'd say 8 hours at most. Not long, but a decent chunk of time.
You can actually decrease the amount of time necessary by focusing on important kind of the important stuff.
That's what I mean by any percent.
Yeah.
Strictly on what's important and not everything.
True.
Oh, here's a lovely little Easter egg for you, Bill. What weapons are they attacking you with?
Those are the.
Those are the gun weapons from the first game.
Yeah, no, it's the flamethrower, the bomb glove, and the walloper, I believe.
Yeah, they get all 3 of them.
It's actually quite a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a lovely little Easter egg of, hey, we're going to throw these Gadgetech bots at you. We're going to have them attack you with old guns. And if you look at it, it's the upgrades. It's all the upgraded too. Because I believe the upgraded pyro thrower that gained a blue flame. Walloper had that little speed added to it, and I forget what the bomb club had, but yeah.
Now, keep in mind too is that the first game this is featured in, once you bought the weapons, that was their as strong as they were gonna get. But once you collected some of the,
you had to get gold bolts.
Yeah, that was what I was about to mention. Once you collected enough gold bolts, you could go to a special place, purchase the upgraded weapons, and then you'd have them.
Yeah, I think it was gold bolts and a small sum of 50,000.
Yeah. There's ways to farm that money. Some days it works, sometimes it don't. They patched in the original edition. They thought they patched out
They couldn't patch.
And then what ended up, so basically what happens is per playthrough, you can especially in this version of the game, you can only do it once. You can only do it once. Once that one was up, that game, it was done. So your best bet was literally, because the Rhino was really bad to get too. Your best bet was either to do that glitch, which was very, very nitpicky with the upgrade, but the patches, or you had to do it the old-fashioned way by doing basically a Coliseum fight over and over and over. Once you kind of got good at it, but it was the once you screwed up the first time doing that glitch, you were done. You couldn't get to it again. Which honestly, I can't be upset over. But basically, you have to force yourself to clip through a wall. And in order to force yourself to do it, it was really janky. I think I've shown Doggo how to do it once.
It was not fun.
If you did it wrong enough times too, it was very costly as well. And with the first game being kind of money grabbing, it was kind of, you know, yeah, but like the first two games were awful about spending money. So basically, for the most part, what they did is in the first game, in order to progress, you had to pay these people to unlock these little videos to watch in order to progress. And now they're not like unreasonable in their pricing, as long as you are attentive to the kind of what these boxes is to see floating around, you are in pretty good shape. But the issue you kind of hit is that because if you weren't particular about how you shot and it was like first game was as nitpicky and bullets and money as the Resident Evil games were about, especially in hard difficulties, about ammo management. Like, if you wanted money for the better weapons later in the game, you are literally Mr. Krabs. No exceptions. Because it was that...
You broke everything. You found everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can still, that's as long as you didn't care too terribly much about penny pinching and unlocking things as you got them. If you just wanted to enjoy the game, it gives you plenty of what you needed. You can actually beat the game on a few weapons. Most of the Ratchet & Clank games you can do that with. The wrench is a very viable weapon to use. It's a little harder because they try to emphasize gunplay.
Once you get the hang of the wrench, it's extremely valuable. And honestly, you can get through pretty much just that starting pistol, because the starting pistols are always so versatile that it makes it quite powerful.
Well, nowadays, especially once you learn some stuff with the games that offer armor upgrades, you learn very quickly that the armor upgrade was... Bill, are you just challenging yourself, or... I kind of have to ask.
A little bit. I was just kind of bucking around. Gave him an idea of what you can do with the wrench.
Oh, Lordy.
What?
I gotta remember there's a delay, because I'm just watching that time tick down. It's like, no.
Oh.
These are your quarters. I set up the VG9000 to play vid comic discs.
Hi, Twilight. How are you?
How do you think he got like this?
Still sitting in your corner, hoping to not be noticed.
Intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious?
And now we must ask the question: where does Clank get the unlimited bananas?
This is the VG9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here.
Hey guys, little known fact, Clank ends up becoming a Time Lord. Hint, hint.
Oh,
Great.
she's losing her
Meet
speech.
me on the bridge.
I told you she had the plague.
Will this get as funny as last time? We'll start whenever I want.
Another reason
Dear
to pinch pennies in any of the games as best you can is actually because of the armors. Okay, so remind me, Twilight, what is Cade not allowed to do, or Aladdin?
Press triangle to interrupt these messages. You can disable help messages in the options menu.
Maybe you should get in touch with Heaney. Since maybe Heaney will help you with your Aladdin.
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere! Tyrannoid invasion force! Residential compound has been breached!
Love you too, sweetie. Love you too.
Mr. President! Dad! Are you there?
All in good fun.
Robotic citizens of the Solana Galaxy, the hour of your liberation is at hand! Too long have we robots suffered under the bigotry, the stupidity.
I also want to point out that while the video wants you to focus on the big glass-headed evil guy, the butler in the corner is priceless.
Of my benevolent, iron-fisted rule. And as for you filthy organic life forms, you can look forward to being disintegrated.
Doggo, what did you do?
Plot a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault.
What are you accusing me of?
Going in.
We'll see you on Arcadia.
You're the one with the speech impediment, Twilight. That's not our fault. For those of you who don't know, she does not have a speech impediment.
Select the mission.
She just has a very hard time spelling some days. And
You get tired, everything goes bad.
And some days it cascades into a royal mess, and it's highly amusing. She said it's very awful. It is priceless.
I said nothing about Aladdin the other day. What did I say? I genuinely don't remember.
Oh.
You can upgrade your starfighter systems at this console.
So, one of my favorite things about this game series is that they encourage you to, I guess, because they encourage you to cheat, and in order to do that, they use a very, very neat system. So whenever you unlock skill points, and these skill points are like tiny, tiny little puzzle challenges that like from earlier when I mentioned the death run, quote unquote, the not getting touched. That's what this skill point has to do with. If you make it through that, and at any point in time, mind you, it doesn't have to be early game. You unlock a skill point, and it'll give you little cheat access to like little. You can get yourself big heads or mirrored the world. Just really interesting, neat little things like that. And the bolts you collect allow you to purchase alternative costumes. So there's actually a reason to like 100% the game. because they give you neat little things like that. And it's not all hard. Another thing too is when you unlock skill points, they also help you unlock alternative colors to your ship as well. And you can customize your ship a little bit. So that's always fun. And in order, now another thing too is getting all the skill points, all the bolts and all that. Also unlocks trophies you need to get inside the Insomniac Museum. So either way, you're getting heavily benefited out of it if you wanted to.
Glad you made it, sir! The presidential compound is on the other side of the city! Keep your head down! The Turanoids are crawling all over the place!
And it's a great deal of fun. And like I said, we said earlier, if we ended up doing a full playthrough of these games, or this game series, I'm going to 100% it. And I'm gonna, by the time I'm ready to wrap up the game and all that, I'm going to go through and
triangle to cycle through the last 3 weapons
have a specific run of just doing everything and finishing up for the ones I haven't quite unlocked.
We've all watched as Nelson slowly learns the game.
More likely relearns, because it's been a while since I played this. It's a couple of years,
As we
actually.
can see by the severe amount of damages.
Now, if I enter tryhard mode, that's a different story.
For all those who don't know, tryhard mode is brain goes off.
Yeah.
Or as we in the Monster games call it, the hammer mode. What is thoughts on this fact?
But, no. I get scary when in the tryhard mode.
Really does. It's not okay.
But, there's just so much to this series that I've really enjoyed. And I do, you know, plan to enjoy this series with everybody. So, another reason why this series as a whole holds a very special place in my heart is because it helped make the friends I have today. So what I would do is, I used to go to a local college, 4-year college, and when I went there, I was almost right out of high school, and I didn't really have a lot of what you would call good friends in high school that were worth keeping around or stuck around to begin with. And so for the most part, and my high school life was over, which, you know, isn't unusual. So the best thing I knew to do with nobody around was just do my own thing. And oddly enough, as it still remains true to today, doing my own thing tends to work.
Well, that's how you and I met.
Mm-hmm. And what I did is campus we went to, they played Smash Brothers 24/7. Never stopped.
You got it.
And the times it stopped was a rarity. And that was usually when it really, like, Dark Souls came out, a brand new Dark Souls game, you know, any one of those super heavily popular games that everybody was playing and that they were interested in. Would be the only time they would ever really venture away. And even then, Smash was always readily available. And honestly, it was like trying to liberate the 4 TVs from Smash. It got that bad. Not necessarily as a bad thing, but you know, you wanted variety. That was not where you got it.
Sarge, you're just in time. We must
So
defend the presidential palace.
oh, for God's sake, computer, calm down. But I came in and I sat down. I hooked my PlayStation 2 up. And I played quite a little Ratchet and Clank because I had nothing else better to do. And people would come and go as they usually did. Like, oh, cool. Something different. Something neat. And a few people would stick around and they were like, what the hell is this? Or I have not seen this since I was a child. And it would bring about that nostalgia, and it would really bring about, it was, you know, a different mood. Than what was available at the time. And I met Doggo here. I met Foxo. Met a few people actually that way.
Sarge, cover those Rangers.
And a good majority of them to this day are still here. Cade I met through D&D really.
You and Squirrel is about the weirdest meeting ever, but then
Oh,
again,
yeah.
Squirrel.
So it's funny because Squirrel will make a friend anywhere he goes. Doesn't matter who it is, where they come from, what they did, what they are going to do. Instant friend, right? And when I was very upset when I transferred from the 4-year university to the 2-year tech school in our local town. And I was very upset because at the time I had a series of friends that I thought were good friends, but weren't. And didn't pay me really time of day. And so I transferred over, not knowing anybody. Nobody came over with me, you know, that kind of thing. And I was just, you know, had to start over. Really depressed about it because, you know, coming off the heels of what feels like a betrayal like that is really hard. But I was like, okay, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so I came in, sat down in their student activity center, and just did what I usually do. Stay quiet, listen, make a smart aleck comment here and there when I can. And well, there was a group of people across from me in the activity center, sitting at a table, hanging out, doing their thing, and they said something that on impulse I reacted to. I can't remember exactly what I said, it was so long ago, but I said something really smart. Now, I said it quietly because I try not to be the center of attention, but I know, strange. Disrespectful. And so I was like, okay, I said my comment under my breath, more or less. And then Squirrel turns around and like immediately focuses on me after I about had him on the floor laughing. He comes over, he asked me what my name was. And he was like, I like you. We're friends now. And sat down next to me. And then everybody else at that table walked over to me. And I was like, well, I guess I have a friend now. She's like, neat.
This is the last wave, Sarge. Don't get those.
That was how That's how me and Squirrel met. I met Squirrel's wife somewhat similarly. She was sitting on the four-year university campus when I was still attending there. She ended up transferring to tech, and I didn't realize it until after the fact. I transferred myself. But she was sitting there on her computer, and now you gotta understand. Squirrel Girl is an angry human being. Has every right to be an angry human being. But she just kind of sat there tapping away on her computer. She had the grumpiest look on her face. And the way she was hammering at the keys on her poor keyboard was like watching Raptor Claws like just destroy the poor keys. I was like watching Jurassic Park all over again as she was going at those keys. And I was like, I don't know why. I can't, if there was a thought process, I don't remember what it was. But I was like, she seems like she's having a bad day. Let me go bug her. And I walk up to her. I stand right in front of her. I said, hi. What's your name? Her response was not as polite. It was more along the lines of, my name is not important. You can go bugger off now. And I made another smart comment, sat next to her, and she closed her laptop, and she was like, I'm gonna have to deal with you now, aren't I? I'm like, mm-hmm. and I made another smart comment, and she laughed, and she was like, oh, okay. Maybe this bumbling buffoon isn't as bad as I think he's gonna be. And from there forward, we were friends. I'm starting to notice a trend here.
Let it say, it's a trend here.
But, it was quite interesting.
Protect the repair crew. We need
See,
back online.
Cade, I think, was the initial D&D club on campus that started, then it fell through. And I met him after a very interesting barbarian gameplay for D&D, which seems to be the trend for me. Interesting barbarian gameplay.
Still one shot over.
Okay, look, I can't help it. It's not something I do on purpose.
Oh, no, I know. I just think we should.
Just kind of like, oh, neat. Big bad evil guy. Let me touch him. The DM's like, no, you can't touch him. I'm gonna touch him. No, you can't touch him. I touched him. Well, I had a villain. The villain was more like a tactical retreat, but I had a villain.
Repairs are almost finished.
I still feel sorry for that poor snake. Hey, over here's like, I'm gonna get him this time. Decides to snag nonsense. At which point nonsense says, you know what?
That's a mighty delicious looking uvula you got there, friend.
Unleashes everything he has. Almost kills the thing. Gets like, no, we're done. Gets this thing's pop up and spit nonsense out. At which point Foxo had a moonbeam that was like, I already did my action to do that. When the snake popped back up.
We need those air defenses online yesterday.
Enemies appear red on the radar.
Yep.
Allies appear blue. Mission objectives
I
appear
profusely
green.
apologize because I assumed that it was gonna maybe take out a fourth, maybe half,
Those turrets can only target air.
and much to Cade's wonderful DMing skill, I was actually kind of spooked enough to warrant that. But at the same time, I was also was heavily accustomed to beefier beefier targets. So I just kind of went in and did my duty, and apparently my duty was a big brown piece of duty.
He did enough damage to really make it and spook the creature that I wasn't gonna have it do what it was normally supposed to, which was essentially thrash and bump into the other two creatures, trying to get into a kind of a free-for-all. But she did so much damage in a single attack very quickly that from turn to its priority went from trying to capture this meal to I need to get the heck out of here.
But it was just that, yeah. But that's kind of how I met Cade was through D&D. Let's see. Foxo I met with the Ratchet & Clank stream on campus. Doggo, same thing. Alyssa, kinda... Oh, not Alyssa, Twilight, I'm sorry. Was kind of a different story.
Mission accomplished.
Met her significantly after the fact.
Agent Clank? You're
So-
even more impressive in person than you are on the holovid.
She was in the chat
I
room
must
with
say,
her
I've never
with her
seen
sister.
a chauffeur fight like you do, son. Who says
And
you
I
can't
hop
find good
in.
help these days, right, Clank?
And they're like, hi.
She's told me a
I'm
lot
like,
about you. Don't get any ideas, kid. She is way
hi.
Sasha filled me in on the
And
Clark situation. I'm told the man thinks
very
he's a
awkward
monkey.
intro.
Lost his memories.
Her and her sister were
Well, then you'll
making
simply
some
have to
really,
find it
really
for him. We
lighthearted
need our star
jokes.
player back in
And
the
I
game
sat there and I'll
ASAP.
listen
Is
to
that
this
Yes, sir.
after
The
coming
daughter
in
tells
on
me you're a
them
man
barely
who's good with his
breathing on
hands,
it
Ratchet.
on something they said.
swear I
The
never...
city's laser shield went down during
And
the attack. Now we are defenseless without it.
I was
sent
like,
out a repairman to
okay.
fix it, but
I'm
he
gonna be quite frank with
disappeared.
both of
I
you.
need you to get that shield system back
Y'all
online.
Yes, sir. We're on it.
y'all don't have to worry about pulling your punches because I can take it. And they're like, oh, really? And I says, oh, really? And they proceeded to talk about everything under the rainbow that could potentially disturb a normal human male. And I was like, are they trying to chase me away? And then they kept going at it. I'm sitting here being quiet. I'm like, too much stuff I did not need to know, but okay. And then I realized, at the end of the day, this really wasn't as bad as they made it out to be. And so I was like, neat. And so after that, we became friends because she just they just kind of realized that I could take what I could dish out, and I wasn't entirely weirded out by stuff they were saying. Yeah. And, she proceeded to get stuck with us, and I with her. So I was like, neat. Let's see. Absolutely not. Let's see. Thigh Messiah, which you won't hear from all that often. Met him at 4-year campus, and I said something snarky. He was like, "I like you," which again,
your friends are meant for gaming. The other half are just because you said something snarky.
We all meet each other and go, we all like each other, and we all fear people.
of Dust, which you might see here and there every once in a while. I met Of Dust. He was the one unique one. I met him in high school, and we weren't all that close. Ow, forgot about that. Whoops. We weren't all that, close in high school. It wasn't until we I was sitting in the 2-year technical college, doing my thing with everybody else, talking to the new kids on the block that came in that decided that they liked us enough to spend time with us. And I see this hulking figure, just this big guy, and you gotta understand that Dust is a pretty big goat. He's a big boy. Not wide, just really tall and really stocky. And so I'm just like, I look at him, I'm like, I recognize him from somewhere. Where have I seen him before? And I process for a minute.
There should be a spider symbol somewhere in that room. Use the beam to lead the...
And I'm just like, wait a minute. And I was like, Dust? Is that you? I use his actual name, mind you. But he jumps up, turns around, in that very, very traditional SpongeGar, very typical, stereotypical SpongeGar kind of reaction. And he was like,
general reaction to hearing his name.
He's like, who are you people? And he's like, Bill? Dust? Bill? Dust? Bill! Dust! How are you?
What's up?
It was quite literally how we got back together after so many years. And again, wouldn't trade it for the world. Are y'all okay? Oh dear. We got the runt of the litter people.
I thought you were talking about me.
No, you're not a runt. You're just special.
But you were gonna say no, you're not okay.
I mean, that's true too. So,
but let's see. But most of us just kind of hardly any different. We're a motley crew, but we are a crew nonetheless. Hey, Al.
Hey, look, it's Al. Got the shields up yet?
Silence! I am concentrating.
What the?
The Twilight's throwing fighting words.
Excuse me. It is a historically accurate interactive graphic novel.
How can you use the city's defense network to play a video game?
Simple. I bypassed the security server with a 626 hex matrix adapter and reprogrammed a graphic subprocessor.
No, I mean, it's...
Twilight.
You speak,
remember that video you shared with me about 2 o'clock today?
DB3 signal processor.
The one with the husky in it?
I ran a recursive checksum on the signal matrix.
Right there.
Hey, there is a feedback loop. I don't know what happened.
May we borrow this vid comic?
Treat it gently. It is a first edition.
Perhaps this will help restore Quark's memory.
Might as well bring him in on the joke.
Yeah, gotta say. Also, I think it's about time for me to get to bed.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The one where the husky is on the on like the bed or the couch and he's going. Yeah, that one. I mean, you could send him both. Both technically work.
Night, y'all.
Night, bud.
Night.
But it's we're a motley crew. Wouldn't trade it for the world, though. Honestly, it's about time for us to start. I think after this little tidbit, I might call it here too, because it is getting quite late for us anyway. Let's see. Also kind of snacky, so I'll probably get something to eat again. Get a shower. You know. Be a human. You about to head out to Twilight?
Watch and learn, Clank. This is how a real hero gets it done.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, people. You ready for video gameception? Thank you, Spotify.
These are the real-life adventures of Captain Quark, the greatest superhero the galaxy has ever known.
Hey, this thing on?
Meticulously reconstructed by our crack research team with the aid of eyewitness accounts, bathroom gossip, wild speculation, and a magic 8-ball. In the early days of the 5th Solarian equinox, the Solana galaxy was terrorized by a notorious pirate known as Captain Blackstar.
Ahoy! Anybody else got a craving for fish and chips?
Though still in the prime of his youth, Captain Quark
was already a living legend.
I was beating him up with a stick.
However, no previous adventure could have prepared Quark for his encounter with the dread pirate Blackstar and his crew of... Oh, please tell me this is a typo.
That's robotic pirate ghosts. Guess reading wasn't your subject, eh, Professor?
Right. Now we begin the interactive portion of Episode 1. Booty is in the eye of the beholder.
Let's see if I can remember this. Let's see. Trying to remember the top is triangle, bottom's X. Was left circle or was no, left was circle, right? No. Right, left was square, left was circle. I'm confusing myself. It used to be, I can get them in a tutor, I just can't remember the code for it. We'll do it next time. Because that's something I'm going to want to research as well is,
You just picked up an officially licensed Quark token. Collect all the tokens in the level to earn a secret prize. Bling bling, baby. The red ones are worth 10 Quark tokens.
But that's something else we're gonna go through once I kind of unlock. Once I start playing the rest of the whole series. So that'll be fun. It's seeing these little tidbits.
Old-timers say a giant robotic space eel haunts this ship. What a bunch of hooey. Press circle to fire my blaster. Hold down R1 and move the left analog stick for precision aiming.
Because, see, the game also features kind of a lightsaber blade too, which is really cool. You can't change the color to it. It's like a deep purple. But I think even though it takes over the wrench as your melee weapon, I think it has a slightly larger hitbox. Which is most because of it's the extra length that it gives you. I could be wrong, but I feel that way. So fun facts there, and this game's the only one that really features it.
Health upgrade. Remember, cadets, there's one in every level.
Oh. Oh, that ammo. Neat. Okay. Sneak. There we go. Boom, baby. Moolah, moolah, moolah. Right? Boom shakalaka.
I mean, I've worked on some real junk, but this one takes the cake. Pirate, ghost, robots. What do they think? We're idiots?
Hey, Professor, snap to it.
Once again, the citizens of the Solana Galaxy owed their lives to the dauntless courage of the remarkable man behind the cube. With great reluctance, Quark accepted a meager fee for his services and promptly donated the entire sum to the Quark for Tots Scholarship Fund, a charity providing makeovers and buxom bimbos for needy people named Quark.
I've got a big heart. Mr. President? Yes, I got the fruit basket, thanks. It turns out I'm allergic to prunes. Yeah, who knew? What? Blackwater City is under attack? Yes, sir, I'm on my way.
The exciting, all-true
Sorry to hear that, Twilight.
adventures of Captain Quark continue in Episode 2.
These are flashbacks from the previous games, mind you. So if this doesn't... This actually happened in the previous games. Oof. Poor doggo.
Well, who's that handsome devil?
It appears Quark has regained his memory.
Hey, this dressing room isn't fit for a pig. What kind of shoddy production are you people running?
That's him, all right.
He may need a while to adjust.
Hey,
In the
Colin.
meantime, I've got a mission that's perfect for you two. We've just learned of a prototype holographic device that can disguise the user as a Tyrannoid, even allowing him to speak Tyrannese.
Is it just me, or do you smell bananas?
Anyway,
Ooh,
the
excuse
device
me.
happens to be the grand prize on this week's Annihilation Nation.
Yes.
Check it out.
Annihilation Nation, let's go.
Tonight on Annihilation Nation, we feature an all-new Death Course. Let's meet tonight's victim. Oops, I mean contestant.
Contestant. Look at Fred.
Fred is a Gadgetron accountant who claims he once had a Morpho Ray go off in his pants.
Look
What
at
a
Fred.
sham.
Such a cool guy.
Let's take a look at what he's up against. Doesn't look
Yes.
too bad now, does it?
Get him. Go get him, Fred.
Fred.
Go get him. Do it. Go get him. Oh, never mind.
Next.
I knew it.
Another day, another
Death course. Poor Fred. Also, just so y'all know, Ratchet is actually incredibly ungodly short. Even for his own species. Like, everybody is taller than him. Right? Alright, people, we gotta make sure to keep Ratchet away from Twilight. She's gonna start cuddling him to death. Just like straight squeeze him a little too hard. Alright. I think on that note, this is a good place to kind of stop. Oh Lord. Do I want to know? Oh boy. Alright, let's see if this will work for me this time. Alright, let's see. Anyway, Thank you for joining us. Next week we will start Metro 2033. It is a survival horror. I'm really looking forward to playing it again. It's another one of my favorite game series. Wonderful environs. Well done story, well done gameplay. And I can't wait to share that all with you. I want to go ahead and send out a massive thanks for Cade, for Twilight, and for Doggo for joining us on stream tonight, and for having a real fun, relaxed, just kind of chill night. After, so many weeks of inactivity, and B, after such a long time with Deponia. We are attempting to reach affiliate so that I can provide more quality stuff for y'all. I got voice mod, and I'm waiting to reach affiliate to start putting bits into that, so y'all can change my voice on stream if you wanted to. That's going to be fun. I'm hoping to add more interactables here soon as I slowly evolve and level up my string quality. So, that's something to look forward to. Hopefully here soon we'll be releasing some videos on our YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel, which is there in the description. You're gonna have to search for it. There's no direct link. That's again something I have to do when I get enough people subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can ping me on my Twitter, and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Other than that, I look forward to more of just stuff like this, us hanging out and having fun, and just kind of doing what we do best. I'll try to keep you updated on any further changes in the future. But thank you for joining. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I don't usually ramble. This is the first time in a while I've actually genuinely rambled on about anything. So if you like the gameplay, if you like this, I got a Patreon if you want to support me. Link should be in the description of the Twitch, in my Twitch channel. We're still working on some of the benefits for that, so if there's anything you want to do that's under that subscription, let me know, or let us know, and we'll make it happen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating, joining us. Like and subscribe here on Twitch, here on YouTube, and look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yep.
Absolutely. But hopefully Twilight gets better soon. Miss her her quality commentary. All right, later guys. Night, and thank you.